It's been 2 months. It's also a few days before Christmas, so hence the cool shirt my mom got me and the Chewbacca and very festive little baby Darth Vader. Also have on lime green glitter eyeshadow, but you can't really see it on camera, which is kind of sad. Anyways, it's been 2 months and my dreads are starting to go through that phase of, I don't know if you can see, where they're actually tightening, and no matter how much I palm roll and everything, these little bumps are not really going away. It's just going through that phase where they just are getting kind of in that ugly phase, unfortunately. But they're kind of going through their teenage angst phase where they're just angry about trying to become dreads, and while they're tightening and shrinking you get lumps and bumps and loops, and I'm palm rolling. I've been tightening them about once a week or less using the crochet hook to try to prevent those, but honestly there's not but so much I can do. They're a little angry. And also the beads have been helping with plaiting together some of my dreads. So that's about where I'm at. I've been trying to deal with it a little bit more using the Spiralock to hold my hair up. The refreshing spray helps with some of the itching. Since I've spaced my washes out to 2 weeks now, it seems to have helped with some of the fluffiness and everything. I just washed my dreads 3 days ago finally, so they're still a little bit poofy from that, but definitely spacing the washes out to 2 weeks has helped that. And in the meantime, the refreshing spray and the conditioning oil has been helping with some of that itchiness and fluffiness. I need to actually put conditioning oil in them. I haven't had the chance to since I washed them, which is no good. Also, the extensions, every time I wash them, they get softer. They're still much itchier and don't feel as natural as my regular dreads, my regular hair. But for my hair texture, which is fine and relatively straight for the most part, I might have a little bit of waves, but for the most part it's straight. I do think that the extensions and having them sewn in have helped the hair dread up some. I think the weight has helped form my dreads better, and it's just helped them become their own individual dread more, because that sewed in part down there that's a lot stiffer. Whenever my hair gets long enough and my dreads form better, I definitely want to be able to take them out. I love the length and I can definitely deal with it. Until then, it's not a problem, but I have noticed that they are still not quite where I'd like them to be. They're still not quite as nice and soft as my dreads up top. It's okay. They're only temporary, maybe a year and a half. So I'm 2 months in. They're softer than they were when I first put them in. I can't complain. But they're just going through that teen angst phase. I've been using the head wrap a little bit more. Not too much more because I still don't want them to get flat, but I've been using it a little bit more frequently. So that's where we're at. I finally got my Spiralock and my dread beads in the mail. They were coming from Australia and they took about a month and a half to get here, which is apparently fairly standard for coming all the way from Australia. I have the dread beads in my hair and I have them placed. Some of them are random, but like this one I'm using to pull this dread together. It was a little bit wide at the top. I don't know how that happened, but I used this bead to help kind of pull it together, and it is helping it come together some because it's not as wide as it looks. It's kind of weird. But the other ones, like this, I'm using to plait together these two tiny ones, and I have a black one at the top that you can't really see, and then these two silver ones, and you can see it is the extension, so that it doesn't want to come together as well. But where my actual hair is, it's actually helping out quite a bit hold that together. On this side as well, I have it plaiting together this one. Eventually I'm going to, I keep saying this, but one day when I have all the time in the world, I am going to redo this extension on this one because it's too big, it's wrong. Otherwise, I just kind of have them randomly throughout my hair for the most part, besides those 3 dreads that I'm plaiting together and this one that it's helping pull it together. I really like how they look. I've washed my hair since I put them in. They have not come out, and they came in just this simple little package. It says Mountain Dreads. They just came in an envelope with that and this little card that says Mountain Dreads. There's 30 in here, and I've used pretty much all the silver ones, and the gold ones I gave away, and it came with a free dread ring, which I would love to use eventually, but right now the reason I got these, so these actually have the ability to bend open like that, which is what I wanted because I didn't want to have to slide them up my dread and have it undo some of my hair. I clamped these on and I tightened them as needed. It's helped a lot. I like the beads. I like the look of the beads. It does make it a little bit more difficult to palm roll them. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with these, and they were only $5, so check them out. The other thing I got finally was my Spiralock. It's the Fairy Garden color, I believe. It's been such a lifesaver to finally have this thing instead of a stupid old workout headband that I never wore anymore, and it's the only thing I had that was big enough and didn't cut into them, but it was such a pain to put on. This is so much easier because you just open up the wire and then you just bend them over top of each other like that, turn it around, and then you can make it as tight as you want, as loose as you want, and it looks pretty cool. Super easy to adjust and take out or leave in or whatever you want to do. Whenever you're done with it, I just make sure that it's not too flat in certain spots because there are care instructions that come with it. Kind of nice. It tells you to avoid breakages by making sure that it doesn't, you don't bend it backwards. So that's why I just always make sure I put it back into the little circle like that, so it's easier to pull apart to put in my hair. But this thing has been the best. It makes really nice looking dread buns. So this was just a really fast one that I threw up, but it does make a really nice looking dread bun. And you can still see the Spiralock peeking out. And it just adds a little bit of extra something nice. I like it. Ugh. So yeah, Spiralock, well worth the wait, well worth the price. It was, I think, $20 after taxes and shipping. It's worth it. And the dread beads, again, well worth the wait. $5 was free shipping, I think, because they just came in the mail. Although both of these things took a while to get here, they're very well priced, very well made, especially that Spiralock. That's what the back of it says. It's quite a bit, but apparently they're made in an island on Fiji, and purchasing this product helps support women in a community, which is great. So win-win there. But definitely, if you have dreads, it is worth it. Checking into some beads, anything to help keep you from wanting to comb them out too, but anything that can help you decorate and be happy with how they look, it's worth it. So until next time.